The dynamic that connects the Chinese ritual bronze complex with that of the Nigerian almost 4,000 years later resides in the common practice of ancestral worship. Through the transcendence of the catharsis that took place in the great Chinese rituals in which the bronzes were employed, rituals that invoked the energy and power of the ancestral figures, our particularly quality of the Scion unit was released to be kept in the storage of the Sai Bank. Some 2,500 years later in Nigeria, when bronze casting, already accorded great cosmological significance, was linked with the ancestor and sky god worship, particularly of the great kings of Ife. The quality of energy contained in the original Chinese scions was released or precipitated.